Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Wet Shaving with Angelo. I'm Angelo, and today's gonna be a good day and a good shave. And I'm dedicating this shave to my fellow wet shaver Peter Tulupman, who gave me for free a new old. Let me show you what he gave me. Let's see if we can get that in. A new old stock puck of Aramis shave soap because he saw one of my posts on Facebook that on one of the shave groups that I have that I bought at a thrift store for $10, a nearly full bottle of Aramis aftershave. So I'm gonna be using the shaves. So I'm gonna be using Aramis aftershave, as well as the Aramis shave soap. New old stock puck. They no longer make the Aramis shave soap, but they still make the aftershave. And I'm keeping my puck in my Avon Gentleman's Regiment mug. So that's the software I'll be using. Hardware I'll be using. I'm going to be using my Maggard Razors Red Swirl Timber 24mm synthetic brush, as that fits pretty well in this kind of mug. Hold on. Blade of choice. One of my viewers recommended that I do a shave video with one of these blades, and I have a whole bunch of them, and I do enjoy them. Rapira Swedish Super Steel. I'm really, as you may know, I'm rather fond of Vosgods as well as the line of Rapira blades. So I'll be using them. I'll be using the Swedish Super Steel Rapiras today. Razor of choice, and from what I can understand, this isn't a Chrono. It's pre-Chrono. This is a 1967 Schick. Let me see if I can get that in. Schick Eversharp razor. This is back when Eversharp owned Schick, and this predates the Chrono razors by about a year. From what I learned on the Shave Den forum. And Peter Tulupman told me that the lather from the Aramis shave soap is kind of meh, so if it is a little troublesome when I lather with it, an old barbershop trick I learned from watching videos and reading up on it is I'm going to use some liquid 100% glycerin. Doesn't matter and this is a good trick to use if you have a hard shave soap puck that's rather troublesome. If it's not building a good lather, get yourself a bottle of 100% liquid glycerin. Doesn't matter what brand it is. Get a bottle of this stuff. Put a few drops on the puck. And you'll get a great lather. Actually, speaking of that, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to put a few drops of the glycerin on the shave puck just to improve its performance if it needs it. It may need it, may not. Can't hurt. So I'm going to wipe the face and lather up for the first pass with the grain. How's everyone doing out there? Having good shaves? Let me know in the comments. How's the weather treating you? Here in Philly, it's hot as hell. It's hot as hell here in Philly. We've been having 90-something degree days that felt like 100 or more. I've been staying mostly inside, keeping cool, or doing short walks early on in the morning when it's not so bad. And I want to thank Peter Tulupman for pipping me this Aramis shave soap. I'm really looking forward to using it and pairing it with the Aramis aftershave I found at a thrift store nearly full for $10. And for those that don't know how much Aramis goes for new, on Amazon, at least on Amazon, a full bottle, 4.1 ounce bottle of Aramis aftershave splash retails for about roughly on the low end $40-some, on the high end $65 and more. So it is a very luxury aftershave or fragrance, and I didn't write down the scent notes, but when I put on Aramis, it's got a nice woodsy leathery scent to it, kind of like Avon Clint, which I swear Avon Clint was inspired by Aramis. Sorry for the clanking. Oh, that's a lovely scent right there. Just a lovely fragrance coming off the puck of the soap. Let's see how this lather is. Not bad so far. Maybe put a little more water on the brush. It is very thin, I will say that. It is a thin lather. But you don't always need a super thick, heavy duty lather to get a good shave. Okay, I guess that'll do for now. It is a very thin lather. He did warn me. The lather was rather matte. But let's see how it performs with the shave. With the Schick Eversharp DE razor. Not bad. Even though it's a very thin lather, it is working well. Although it is dissipating rather quickly. Which is something I don't care for. But this was a freebie, so I'm not going to be harsh on it. Going to give it a try. Okay, that was the first pass. I'm going to try another thing. I'm going to try to get the puck a little wet with water. I just add a little water to it. See how that works. And re-lather for the second pass across the grain. But yeah, Aramis to my nose, it's a the aftershave at least in the bottle, it's extremely potent, like super potent. But when I splash on the Aramis aftershave, and I let it dry down for a little bit, it settles down to a nice leathery woodsy fragrance, perfect for fall weather or even any day weather, or if you're going out in town. That I could see it being an appropriate time to wear Aramis. Or any day, or any time of the day, really. Heck, I'm wearing it for the morning. Okay, just gotta rinse off this handle, because this handle is, I will give the soap credit, it is super slippery, or super slick. So put a little water in there just to soften up the puck a little while I do the second pass. But this soap is very slippery. Or slick, I should say. I can feel it on my hands how slick it is. So it gets points for slickness. But I will say the Repair Swedish Super Steel Blade is doing a good job of cutting through the stubble, which I would expect from any repair blade. What this soap lacks in what this soap lacks in thickness and density, it does make up for in slickness. You just gotta be aware that this soap will dissipate very quickly on you. So it kind of forces you to shave a little faster. So I'm feeling a lot of residual slickness from this soap. A lot of residual slickness. Let's dump out the excess water that we poured in earlier. That's kind of nicer actually. Maybe I should have soaked the puck before lathering it the first time. It's a live and learn kind of thing. Experimentation is always good. Okay, let's see how this lather works for the third and final pass. Rinse off our hands. Okay, that finishes the shave part. And there's very little damage, so I'm not going to use my typical pencil for today. So I'm rinse off the face and dry it up and splash on some Aramis aftershave. Okay, time to splash on some Aramis aftershave. Give it a nice shake up. Get all those ingredients mixed in together nicely. And with this stuff, I go really light-handed on, because just a little is all you need. Because this is Aramis aftershave, or Aramis fragrances are just super potent. And I mean super potent. Like, you may be put off by how it smells in the bottle, but when you splash it on, if you like a leathery, woodsy scent, I would go for it. Yeah, I would definitely look into getting a bottle. Especially if you're a fan of Avon fragrances. Like, this is very similar to Avon Clint, which I believe Avon Clint was a duplication on Avon's hit part of Aramis. Because the two smell very similarly. Okay, that finishes the shave. And actually, this has to be my shortest shave video I've done, because I rushed through it because the lather was drying up. Aramis aftershave, I definitely recommend. The shave soap, I'll have to experiment with it a little further before I give a final verdict. Perhaps if I soak it over while I'm showering, it'll work better. It's all a matter of figuring out if it's going to be workable. But I want to thank Peter Tulupman for pipping me the new old stock Aramis shave soap. It does smell very nice. It'll make my room smell very pleasant. And I want to wish you all good days and good shaves, everyone. Goodbye.